Hey, this is MassX with a brand new Bleach Soul Reaper video, and we got a new character. We had a break last week with a rerun, which was nice. Decided not to do any videos. I've been trying to take a little bit of a break for summertime for me as things have gotten a little busy. But I did want to talk about this character, and I wanted to talk about the state of this game currently, because I do have some concerns. But I do have some things I like and things I don't like. But let's first talk about this character. First off, we've got a brand new rare SSR Plus. Yes, we do. Aaroniero, and he's a shield protection, reduced reflected damage character. It is pretty much your standard type event stuff that you're going to see. You're going to have your daily stuff. If you finish them all within the 7 days, you're going to get 50 free shards. They've got the $9.99 pack. It's all the same stuff. We don't need to rehash it. What's this character offer you, okay? Well, first off, its first skill deals 120% attack plus 1000% damage to an enemy target and adds shield equal to 30% of max HP, lasts for 1 turn, and the shield effect can be dispelled. So you can see where the shield protection comes from, and it will just continue. So next up we have deals 275% attack plus 1500 damage to an enemy target and adds shield to all allies equal to 50% of Aarionero's max HP, lasts for 1 turn. The shield effect can be dispelled. That's really nice. And let's go ahead and take a look at the passive. Increases HP by 50% when Aarionero's shield effect is active. That's actually really good. Defense is increased by 20%. That is actually really good too. Going to make him very, very tanky. Now, if you want to go ahead and the dreaded awakenings, at 3, you're going to increase the shield effect duration by 1 turn, which is phenomenal. Absolutely. So there you're getting 2 turns out of skill 1 and skill 2. At 4, when the battle starts, you add shield equal to 50% of Aarionero's max HP to the 3 allies with the highest attack. Lasts for 1 turn. All units with Aarionero's shield have their reflection damage reduced by 50%. Very nice. Very nice skill set. Must get? Hell no. Going to be an annoyance if somebody actually builds this character up and takes the time to actually, get it all the way to 4. And that's what we really need to talk about, because this game has a weird meta to it. And it's one of the problems and one of the good things in some ways. And so let's talk about that for a second. So basically, you really do have to awaken a character all the way to either 3 or 4 to really get the most out of it in this game. And the problem is it's too costly for most, takes too much time because of that. And so newer characters aren't in general, unless there's somebody that's just gonna wail, be that productive early on. Now, early in the game, they weren't giving us a lot of options to be able to get these character shards, as well as, of course, the Zanpakuto, to be able to do this. Well, now they've done it a bit better in the game, and the ability, of course, to get weapon souls has gotten easier. First started with the inclusion of Aizen and Kenpachi and Toshiro, so now you're seeing more of those being played, and then it's continued on with now the likes of White Ichigo, Yami, Zamamari, Natora, Ukiura, Halabel, and Stark now being added on some of the newer stuff that's available either in-game or through small purchases, which is nice, but it still takes an incredibly long time. So what you see a lot of people playing teams like this with the older characters, because they're the only ones you've been able to get to that 3 or 4 in this time. Like, for instance, the Aizen, I just got mine fully done. I literally just switched it like 48 hours ago. It used to be Yamamoto forever. And my White Ichigo isn't built up. I'm just put him in there right now because I've had to use it as a counter for that reduction for that first turn. But he does not have anything extra on him at all. I would love to get him awoken to at least 4 but it's going to take forever. But now, because they've started putting the stuff in the game in other ways without having to purchase, it's now becoming plausible. And because that damage reduction has become incredibly helpful given what's currently out there and a lot of the similar teams out there, it's just become a necessity. So this game has a weird ebb and flow to it, because you're really going to be building over time unless you're going to spend a ton of money. So, you know, to me, I always lean into characters I love. So Toshiro is basically my favorite character out of Bleach. So I was always going to build him as rapidly as possible. Kenpachi, I just got done a few weeks ago. It's taken quite some time. And yeah, like I said, my Aizen just happened. My white Ichigo is not even close to getting awoken. I finally got his Zanpakuto to get the release so I could start using him, and that's about it. In the old tried and trues like the Byakuya, the Mayuri, you know, Gin, those most people could build out. Like I could build them out now. I have enough or close to enough to justify it. I just have moved them out slowly out of my team and moved into other ones now because of that. And that's where I'm at. But it's a very long and methodical process in this game. So I just wanted to talk about that for a second, because I really think this is a game where you can't go crazy on a banner. You basically get some shards, make sure you have the character, and then decide if this is a character that you see being useful for you in the future. And then as they release these shards in other ways, as well as the weapon shards, that's how to progress on them and to focus on where you can get those things. Unless you just want to blow a bunch of money, you know, then go for it. But yeah, that to me it makes this game interesting, because you have that push and pull, which really, because they haven't adjusted the monetization in this game, it's just not realistic for people to go all crazy on a character the way it's set up. And that's what part of the problem is. If they adjusted the monetization, made these available easier, I think they would make more money in the long run, because people would be more enticed and feel like they were getting more and be able to have something that's useful quicker. Which brings me to some of the even more problematic things of late, and that is, after that last update, the major problems that we had with Arena was just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I got shut out, so I couldn't do a damn thing. It was crazy. And one of the big issues of late has been the problem with them and their development team being able to do updates into make this game playable. Lag issues have been an ongoing thing here and there. The arena issue was just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it was crazy. The fact in certain areas of this game you're playing the same 3 opponents over and over again daily is just annoying, and they really need to figure out where their problem lies in their team that are responsible for this, because I think it is really starting to hurt them. And I can see the player base beginning to dwindle because of their frustration. And I know I'm one of them. It is, as much as I would like to play this game until Bleach Soul Resonance comes out, if it ever comes out, I honestly am getting really tired of not getting qualifications or not getting my points because there's a problem with the game, but somebody else gets them. To me, that is just absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, it's an issue. It's a big issue in this game. I think they're starting to clue in much quicker about the issues with monetization and trying to get these newer characters available in other ways for people. But again, you still have to have a game that works. So enough of that. So for me, you know, this banner is a hard skip. Great character, but at this point in time with this game and how it's being handled, I think most of these banners are major hard skips. At at least get your 50 shards. Maybe if you want to put a few dollars in or something, whatever your currency is, then go ahead and get the $9.99 pack. And then once it releases availability to get in other means, they're easier and much more cost effective. Then you start to build off of that. But again, my 2 cents for what it's worth. So with that, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Have a great day.